I'm Rachel Hatfield. I'm the owner of Shoe Social Media. We're based down in Benredee, if anyone's familiar with the area. This evening I've been invited to come by the alumni, or Future First as it's also known, thanks to Alex, to come and share my journey since leaving Ilkley Grammar School. And hopefully give some of you guys some inspiration and some tips along the way to kind of help further sort of progress sort of your career. I think it's 21 years ago since I left it. It's really old. So, firstly, I'm not a strong academic person. I really strived hard through my A-levels to get through to go to university. An interesting combination of sort of growing up in Ilkley, really. I was a little bit different back in the day. My mum is Filipino, my father is typically a Yorkshireman, as I like to say when I went travelling. And I've had a lot of varied obstacles that have kind of been big challenges along my journey throughout my career. When I graduated in 2001 from Leeds back at university, I didn't get my graduate job. Unfortunately, a big sort of historical thing happened called the Twin Towers and came down. And in the tourism and hospitality and hotel industry, this was a big deal because everyone stopped travelling. So yeah, that was a big thing for me. I had to reevaluate my career. I took a temporary job and I met some great people along the way. Someone who's quite an inspirational thought leader, business leader, actually based still here in Leeds, which is amazing. So I decided to go back to uni. Being female, I went back and I decided that I needed to go back and do a master's degree to be taken a bit more seriously and also specialise a bit more. So that's kind of a little bit about my kind of background and sort of why I've been invited to sort of speak to you this evening. Oh, is it doing? Oh gosh. So a little bit more sort of about my journey and kind of tell you a little bit of a story and kind of, I had a bit of a digress, I kind of set out to be a business director, but I didn't know where. And I love travelling. I was obviously travelling quite a lot because most of my family were in the Philippines. So every year, every summer holidays, I would go out to and visit my family out there, so my mother's side of the family. And I also wanted to explore and leave Ilkley. I think one of the teachers earlier on mentioned about the Ilkley bubble. I totally resonate with this Ilkley bubble and I had to get out. I felt it was a bit of a goldfish bowl for me and I knew there was lots of things going on outside of the world. So I naturally went off to uni and did all of that, but I suppose sort of leaving my uni career out of this, I then went on and I had to move to a big city, but London really wasn't for me, it was just too much. I went to Edinburgh instead. That's quite a little bit more exciting, as you can see in the image just there. And I decided to sort of break the mould a little bit, because all my kind of fellow students were all just literally going to London. Let's go to London, let's go to the big smoke, this is going to be amazing. And I was like, actually I'm going to do little things a little bit differently. So I went off to Edinburgh instead. And then sort of in my next sort of part of my journey, the recession happened in 2008. And I decided, again, that was the time to reevaluate my career. And everybody knows that all the parents may know about the 2008 recession. It affected quite a few people's careers. A lot of people I knew were getting made redundant in the events industry. And I decided it was time to go exploring and take my career abroad. And that was one of the big things about my degree being international. I went to Sydney. The opportunity came along and I took that. The journey was quite interesting actually, because the reason why there's a LinkedIn sort of logo, brand identity there, is because it's about staying connected. And one thing that I was never taught at school was to network and actually keep in touch with all your contacts. I'm probably speaking to a few people in this room who are going to be the next researcher, the next CEO of a big company, and also the next business director or somebody really famous that's going to found something that's completely unique. And then I didn't want to burn any bridges. That's one thing I definitely learned when I moved around a lot. You'll never know who will be your next client or who will open that door for you. So Edinburgh is a small city. I think there's somebody who's gone to Edinburgh University in the room. It's an amazing place. I love it. It's a second home for me. But it's also very international, and I was fortunate enough that I had a diverse team of people around me, which kind of opened my mind and opened my thinking. And I was very lucky that of who I met, because they were great inspirational people to me, and also great mentors. Always look for a mentor in your career, because you never know how they're going to help you. So, when I was working in my first job at Edinburgh Castle, most of you have been there if you've travelled up north, my colleague at the time then became my next manager. How about that? I was applying for a job, and then all of a sudden I'm sat there in front of my colleague. I was like, oh my God, you're here. So that person then became my manager, and I worked with her for a few years. She was Australian, and she was a great inspiration. And one thing she did teach me was to become an independent learner and work on my own, which I did. She was a great person. She said, Rachel, she said it in an Aussie accent, but she said, Rach, I said, however you do it, as long as you do it and you get to the end result, I don't care how you get there. I said, as long as you do the job. And I was like, okay, this is a bit scary. So after that, moving 5 years on, back into 2010, the opportunity came to move to Sydney, and I was really lucky. And another manager who had been sort of in my kind of career journey was best friends with an area director of a core hotel group in Sydney for New South Wales. She said, oh my God, you're moving to Sydney. She said, so you've worked so hard for me, you've done an amazing job, I will get you that job in Sydney. I literally had 3 days to get over my jet lag, and I walked into a job with a core hotel group, which was amazing. I was just like, I'm going with my jet lag, yeah, it's fine, you'll find your way, just use Google Maps, it'll be fine, you'll find out how to get around Sydney, it's easy. And I was like, I haven't even got my phone yet, what am I going to do? So I was there with like my laptop trying to figure out how to get around with an old phone that didn't really have much internet access. And I was wandering around Sydney Harbour trying to find this area office for the court. So that was interesting because during that time I was actually told by one of my directors that LinkedIn would never work. This Internet of Things is a joke, Rachel. I did a sales job for a little bit, and I hated doing telesales on the phone, cold calling. I bet a few of you in this room have done some cold calling in your pastime, and it's not the best of jobs. And I was thinking, actually, I could use LinkedIn, I can connect with all these people, I can use the internet to research, because we had to use books at university in those days. And I was just like, right, okay, I'm going to do this. And she just literally sort of dismissed the whole thing. It's stateside, it will never take off. Where are we now? In 2018, nearly 2019, and LinkedIn is one of the biggest brands of keeping connected with people. So, and every single year, I'm doing some work with these back at university, and the first thing they do with their students is get them on LinkedIn. So, after leaving, sort of doing all my travels, I had some personal bumps in my life, and then in my personal life rather than my career. So I decided to move back to the UK. At this point, I moved to London. I thought it'd be a good idea to hide because I didn't want to come back to Ilkley. And I actually said that to my dad. There's no work up north, it'll never happen. And he was just looking at me going, are you off your head, Rachel? And I was like, I don't want to go back to Ilkley. Anyway, after various persuasions, the fact that, and bribery, that the fact I could afford to have a horse in Yorkshire, I decided to move back up north. And I then sort of did 3 months of working for a big corporate company. I decided, actually, I had enough. Some of the corporate companies I worked for, I just found them, and this may be controversial to a few people in the room, but I found them unethical businesses. They were smash and grab, they were not authentic for me, and there was more to life than just working. And I didn't want to be a small cog in a big chain. I wanted to change things, particularly for females working in higher level management and directors and senior leadership. So again, I took back to LinkedIn. Staying connected is a good thing. So I'd done a temporary job back in 2001, and somehow I managed to get in front of this guy who was a serial entrepreneur, He was also an angel investor as well. And he persuaded, I was about to go back to university looking at PR and communications degrees. And he turned around and he said, Rachel, you don't need to go back. You've got your master's, what's the point? And I was like, oh, are you sure? I said, look, I can teach you everything about running a business. And then that was that. So I took a big salary cut, which was a big hit. And I immersed myself in all the training events. He was like a business leader, so he coached lots of senior business leaders around this district in Yorkshire. And he ran lots of networking. I took that opportunity to go out there and get known. I was known for the shoes that I used to wear before I bought horses. I can't afford them now. So after listening to everything, I just sat and I listened and I watched and I took note of everything that he said, and also other business leaders in the district. And I thought, right, okay, this is interesting, let's take all this on board. I used sort of social media as a way of sort of marketing and getting myself out there in terms of networking, which was really important. And again, he had a startup company, there was no brand out there, there was nothing, we had to start from scratch. That was quite interesting. So through networking, so all this networking, what the hell is the story about? So anyway, I was an early adopter of LinkedIn. I signed up to LinkedIn in 2002. And again, everybody said it's not going to happen, which is fine. But I knew I needed to set up a business, and I had to find a niche. And if any of you are running small businesses or thinking of founding a business, you need to be known for your specialism and what you're good at. Even if you're in a career, you need to have that specialism. So social media was in its infancy, and this is why. So this is why I decided to take on the role of, I spoke to my business partner, and we set up one day, and I was just thinking, everyone was asking for some help and some advice. And I knew it was important. So our smartphones are our best friends. I think most of us have an addiction to social media, even though we wouldn't want to admit it. And I was just thinking, right, okay, what can we do? And I know social media for business is still in its infancy. And we communicate so much via our phone, whether that's through Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, whatever your tickle is, these are your platforms that how brands now communicate with you. So we took the leap of faith and we founded Shoe. Shoe is because we thought it was a bit of Yorkshire slang and a bit of play on words, is why we came up with the name. So the best thing about it was I built up all these business relationships across the UK, from Edinburgh to Sydney, Sydney's not in the UK, but also in London. And I just thought, right, these people have now become my clients, which is amazing. And through this journey of Shoe, we now help business owners with their social media marketing. They outsource it to us. And whereas we've grown this from literally a startup company, which didn't have an office, and we've actually, we now have an office. We're an established business for 4 years, so we've got over the 2-year startup hurdle where most businesses fail. So why have we done it? We want to work for ourselves. I want to literally make a difference to people in their working lives. The key thing is I want to be a game changer. I want to be able to help people also start up their own businesses or focus on their careers, and that's a massive thing for me. So as part of when we set up Shoe, we then also decided that 20% of our time is giving back. We're giving 10% of our time is giving back to the community of Ilkley, and I'm also founded and have a great team working with me on an event called Fashion Fiesta, which gives back to local charities and also helps entrepreneurs who are in startup mode, who are fashion designers, they may be creators in their own right, so video people, photographers, all those types of people. And we raise money for charity at the same time whilst organising a great event. That's watched closely by a lot of business leaders in Leeds. The show started off in Bradford and has now moved to Leeds, which is great. So, and I enjoy mentoring students. We call it the Shoe Academy. So I have students right from Ilkley Grammar School right through to Leeds Beckett University and Leeds Trinity University who come and do their work experience with us. and some of them carry on working for us, which is the main thing. I think the biggest takeaways for me is believe in yourself, anything is possible, and always ask for help. Don't be afraid to kind of like jump out of the box. When I was 18, 19, 20, I didn't want to ask for anyone for help. I thought I could do it all myself. But actually, teamwork works, and just believe and stay focused. And they're my kind of key takeaways for this evening. So thank you for listening.